Heads up Spartans, this week's Forge Map Showcase is going to be a wild one, as we're going to be focusing completely on some insane campaign styled Forge maps that have been built right here in Halo Infinite. All the maps being shown here today will all support 1 to 4 player co-op, as well as also including some objectives and are long enough to where they aren't just going to be a blaze where you can blast right past them. Before we start, if you are a forger or just simply looking to play some awesome custom games with us, feel free to also swing by the Spartan Outpost Discord server. We offer advice sections and easy locations for you to show off your maps so that the community and myself can stay up with your work easier. Anyways everyone, here are 5 insane campaign Forge maps that you need to play in Halo Infinite. We start today's video off with a bang with the Showstopper Campaign, created by Gabe RMD, paired up with the Showstopper Campaign game type to go along with it. This epic campaign map is one of the most well put together creations I've seen yet here on the channel, with the mission being centered around storming a massive banished stronghold. There is a colossal amount of variety being presented here, with large scaled combat zones, close quarters environments with gravity hammer battles, and even a really awesome tank sequence. The creator made this map knowing that you were going to be using a lot of ammo, so thankfully they thought about you, with some battle rifles and tons of various weapons being found all over the place, and even some really cool secret ones you could find if you look hard enough. In fact, during the tank battle area, there are multiple tanks seen all across the map. So if you are playing with a team of 4 and want everyone to join in on the fun, you can. And if you are playing solo, you can focus more on having fun rather than worrying about your tank blowing up and getting stranded out there. Showstopper is just a great time, and also on the longer side for maps like this, with it taking roughly 20 minutes to complete. However, I also did this solo, so it could be much quicker with friends. Next up is Corrosion Campaign, created by Private 1178529. Pair this up with the Corrosion Campaign game type as well to go along with it. As you get out of your drop pod, you find yourself right in the middle of banished territory. Making your way through a tight cave, you and your trusty sniper rifle will be thrown directly into assaulting a banished mining encampment, where they are harvesting fuel for fuel rod ammo. Corrosion takes a huge step in replayability, as well as supporting going out and hunting for secrets, with plenty of roads and narrows off the main path that will lead you right to some loot rooms, sniper rifles, and plenty of other diverse ways of approaching your target. Honestly, this map really makes you feel like a spec up trooper, with the sniping sections, sneaking across the canyon ridges, and comes with a great challenge to it, with it not being too hard, but just enough that it will also force you to explore options so you can finish your task. Not only will you be fighting as an infantryman, but also will be dueling it out in ghosts, with a small ghost vehicle battle segment also being implemented here. Checkpoints and respawning ghosts will also be in the map as well, though you also only have 8 lives, so make the most of that. Next, we ramp up the heat with Scorched Wind, created by Sammy G93, along with Scorched Wind Campaign being the supported game type. This map is just on an epic scale, with you progressing through banished strongholds, huge caverns and ravines, and featuring some ginormous large-scale zones where you get to assault numerous banished scrapyards, as well as being given the freedom to explore and choose which objective that you would like to attack first, as well as having some really fun Wraith and Chopper battles that can be found along the way. The mission itself is balanced around 1 to 4 players, and feels great with really any party size. The battles are intense, and there is always plenty of different ways that you can approach each situation, as you simply only need to explore the bases to find stashed away choppers, gravity hammers, and plenty of other weapons that are going to help you out. The level itself is just designed for you to explore, and while it can definitely get extremely intense at times, the challenge just comes off as totally fair. Although do be aware, the final area will be the toughest area yet, and you will have to plan accordingly or you're going to end up on the wrong end of a gravity hammer. For the 4th map, if you've been looking for a gigantic campaign map that spans over a huge war zone with multiple environments and can stretch to have a mission time well over 30 minutes, then you just found what you were looking for, with Installation 005, created by Tag and Brags. Make sure to grab the Installation Campaign game type to go with it. This map is the biggest one here on the list, and will drive you and your team through numerous environments in a desperate attempt to retake the Forerunner installation. From battling inside of ancient Forerunner constructs, fighting it out in open fields and forests, to even hiking through caves. Trust me, you're going to be going everywhere with this one. The mission objective is to capture zones at relatively each important area on the map. with more objectives opening up as you progress forwards. The battles are often going to be long, and you will usually find yourself resorting to using the enemy's weaponry, as the firefights will often burn out all your ammo. Thankfully, at each mission objective, you will also find plenty of special weapons to give you the cutting edge in the fight, such as special campaign weapons including the Duelist Energy Sword, Gravity Hammers, and also the Rapid Fire Pulse Carbine, which will all definitely come in handy as there will be tons of enemies awaiting at each marker. As mentioned earlier, you will be facing a huge mission ahead, with the map itself taking me at least 25 to 35 minutes to complete, and that is on the average of 2 different runs that I've done, so strap in for a long ride. On the final spot, we hit the Deep Freeze with Frostbite Campaign, created by the Broken Snake. You will also need to run the Frostbite Campaign game type to go along with it. Hitting the cold snow, you will progress through multiple different segments in harsh winter conditions, such as a frozen cave that has been overrun by Covenant forces, and even some cliffside combat being seen along the edge. The mission scale itself isn't too long, however, here you will encounter tons of banished along the way, with the final location being a desperate holdout against hordes of incoming waves. As of course, after activating the elevator, things go from bad to worse, with tons of dropships carrying multiple waves of Covenant approaching on your location. This map easily fits perfectly for those that are looking for an intense holdout map where you will have to scavenge and explore around the location for special weaponry in order to keep yourself alive, especially with large waves of jump pack brutes, chieftains, and elite ultras being seen everywhere here. The map will run you somewhere around 15 minutes to complete, and possibly even longer if you get wiped out, as while there is checkpoints, you also have a revive system. However, this is a co-op only revive system, meaning that you might want to bring some friends with you. Otherwise, now is a good time to start learning how to land those headshots. And that wraps up this week's lineup, Spartans. As always, all the maps seen here today can all be found down in the description. So make sure to load up Halo Waypoint, join custom games, and bookmark them on the site, and you're ready to go. Become a Spartan today and enlist in the Spartan program. Once you subscribe, you can stay up on the newest videos and know exactly when our weekly showcases go live. So make sure to sign up, and I'll see you back here next week. Finally, the Spartan Outpost Discord server is always recruiting, with Forge advice sections, plenty of ways to show off your map, and custom game nights happening every week over there. So what are you waiting for, Spartan? We need you down here so we can finish this fight. Anyways everyone, I shall see you all on the battlefield. Spartan out.